Yo, what's going on? Well, once again, people, humanity, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, as always. Otakus and hikikomori. This is Mr. Nintendo Sony Freak 2011, aka Wolverine. Of course, you guys are invested interest and interest towards this channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff, as always. Before I do get into this, I'm probably not going to talk about this till later, Saturday or Sunday. It's Friday right now as I'm doing this. Actually, not even Friday. I'm actually doing this on days I usually don't do, which is Wednesday, but this video is probably not going to be until Friday. This is mainly going to be everything to talk about the Pokemon Go conference thing. Pokemon Go, but Pokemon press conference. Everything that they said, everything they talked about. That's what I'm going to be mainly focusing on. This, I'll probably talk about it another time. But a couple hours ago, right before I left to work, and it was like 8, 9 o'clock or 7 when they did this, really early in the morning. So I had about 2.5 hours before I started work, before I went there. Mr. Hideo Kojima himself and the people at Kojima Productions decided, of course with Sony PS4 and all that shit, they decided to launch another trailer for Death Stranding. And all I gotta say is, good, sweet, beautiful mother of God. This is literally, this is coming from somebody that never was a huge, like, Metal Gear Solid fan or Metal Gear Rising. Well, I did like Metal Gear Rising when I was up. I never played any of the ones for PS1 or PS2, even PS3 eras. None for the PS4. I don't think that there was none for PS4 anyways. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Those games, I don't know what it was, but for Metal Gear Solid, it's like I tried to get into it when I was a 90s kid, like 99, 2000, late 90s or 2000, but for some reason I just couldn't get in a stealthy, like, not FPS games, but it was like a stealthy sort of like platformer game mixed with a little bit of action adventure and mixed with little puzzle games for Metal Gear Solid. There was a lot of action in it, I'll admit it, but it's just a series franchise of gaming, Metal Gear Solid series. I just never got into it. I don't know what it was. It really didn't interest me that much because I think at that time, 8, 9 to like 12, 13-year-old little old me, when I was a kid at the time, I couldn't get into games like that. Most of the games I was into is either like anime, not JRPG games, but I was into a lot of like side-scroller games or jumping platformer games, and lots of racing simulator and fighting games. Those were like the main ones of categories of genres of games I was playing at that time. So Metal Gear Solid series, it just flew by over me. I just really care too much for it. But for anyone that's a Hideo Kojima fan of a lot of his original games from the past, and hopefully you're not taking offense to that, it never intrigued me. I'm sorry, but other games like it, like for Siphon Filter and Splinter Cell, I don't know what it was, those games for some reason, and it's in the same category as the Metal Gear Solid series, which is so fucking weird. But for some reason, I just never got into Metal Gear. I don't know why. It's like, maybe as a 90s kid, early 2000s kid, I would have given it a chance if I could do it over again, but as a 30-year-old grown-ass adult now, has a lot of responsibilities, that barely has time to play games like I used to. It's mind-blowing to see how far this man Hideo Kojima has come with his work. And this is coming from somebody that's not a Metal Gear Solid fan, but I looked at the 8 or 9 minute trailer. I think it was a 9-minute trailer. That shit looks really fucking good. And I'm extremely super tempted to get this Death Stranding because it looks really fucking lit as hell. Oh my god. The way Norman Reedus, this character, I forget what his name is, but Norman Reedus, the dude from Walking Dead, as you see right here, the way he rides that motorcycle and the way that he's like shooting up all those freaking like little ghost demon things that he has to fight, that is fucking cool. It's kind of making me tempted to like break the budget, break the bank, and try to get a whole bunch of old school PS1, PS2 things from Metal Gear Solid and see if I could try to get into it, maybe give it a second chance like I didn't 17, 18 years ago. It is what it is, though. Anyways, yeah, let's get into this. This one, I'm not going to read the whole article for. I'm probably going to read the GameStop one first because it's a lot more shorter compared to the other one, which, by the way, I've already said a bunch of 4.5 minutes of your time, so I apologize for that. But as I was saying, friends, this comes from, I think, Lily Zaldivar, if I'm saying it right. So it says, Detective Pikachu, Pokemon Masters, and more highlights from the Pokemon 2019 press conference, GameSpot News. I wasn't going to do this video until later, which was way later. Wednesday came around. I was going to talk about the Sword and Shield Pokemon Direct, which I'm still going to be doing that, by the way, as well. But For now, this Friday, which by the time you guys see this, it'll be Friday, it won't be Wednesday. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. There's only like two things that kind of got me a little excited for this, but other than that, that was it. So Detective Pikachu, Pokemon Sleep, I already read that. Pokemon 2019 press conference, Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Home, Pokemon Masters, and Detective Pikachu coming to Switch. Yes, from Lily Zaldivar. So, during the Pokemon 2019 press conference, the Pokemon Company announced Detective Pikachu for the Switch. The ending will be different, but the movie more different than the movie, but the details are still unknown. The upcoming DNA Pokemon mobile game is called Pokemon Masters and is set to launch 2019 for Android and iOS. The game will mix past and present Pokemon trainers from the game series. Niantic and Pokemon Company are also planning to launch a new form of entertainment called Pokemon Sleep, set to launch 2020. This app will allow you to train your Pokemon while you sleep. Finally, Pokemon Home, a cloud-based server, will allow you to transfer Pokemon from current Pokemon games to upcoming Pokemon games such as Sword and Shield. This app is set to launch in early 2020. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions, the only two things I thought that was really, really cool to see this, even though it wasn't really, really big giant news for Sword and Shield, was we are still getting that next week Wednesday. Bet your ass I'm covering the fuck out of that news. Hell yes. I will say, it's really, really awesome to see the thing for Niantic or Pokemon Go still be Niantic and the Pokemon Company and Game Freak, they're still being innovative when it comes to Pokemon. I like that little Pokemon Go Sleep app and the little sleep mobile device that they show. It looks like a little pancake. I don't know if you guys saw it, but to be honest with you, it looks pretty awesome. I mean, literally just going to sleep while you're doing like hatching your eggs and doing a whole bunch of like walking for kilometers and getting more extra candies for your Pokemon while you're asleep? Who fucking does that but Pokemon, man? Seriously, they just continue to impress me almost every year with this shit. And then there's the other one, the Pokemon. There's that Android iOS game that's gonna be coming out in 2020. It's mainly has to do with a lot of like the old school rivals and the memorable like characters like Ash, Misty, and Brock. Not Ash, Misty, and Brock, but Red, Misty, and Brock. And then Blue and Green, aka Gary Oak. I'm not gonna read any of this part of the thing. I already read the Detective Pikachu. I guess I could read the thing. This Pokemon Center thing was cool. And they're gonna announce another one for freaking the Asian countries. Again, this is like the third Pokemon Go, not Pokemon Go, the Pokemon Center store that they're going to be opening up. So that's pretty kick-ass. Alright, so it says with the agreement, Pokemon Centers and merchandise. There we go. I'm not going to be able to read this whole thing, but I'm going to try my hardest to do it. Following the Detective Pikachu news, a pair of announcements were made regardless of new Pokemon Centers. The themed merchandise store specializes in Pokemon apparel and accessories, and one already will open in the Singapore Changde Airport. Oh, and the second one is due to open in Tokyo Shibuya district this year. Ishihara noted that the Shibuya location would work in a collaboration where the area's already established Nintendo store which offers different merchandise. I didn't even know there was a Nintendo store. I thought the only Nintendo store I had, which I'm not surprised it's in Japan, because that's the homeland of everything almost, not just anime shit or technology shit like robots or even stuff like cars and sports, but I'm telling you, I thought Nintendo World was the only one that was around that was a Nintendo store, but once again, I was proven wrong, and I'm glad I was. Alright, later in this conference, Ishihara stated that a Pokemon-themed shirt will be expanding beyond Japan's borders. A clothing line feature designed on the original 151 creatures have been available in Pokemon Go's home country for a while now. But the bespoken shirts will be soon offered in North America and Europe as well. If you'd like to see what you can expect on this clothing line becomes more accessible, you can visit the original Switch website to check out the designs, which I looked at the shirts. I talked about this, I think it was in January, February, and they started doing this in Japan. Now they're bringing it outside, and they said North America, aka the United States, probably Canada. Not sure about Mexico. That'd be cool if they get it too. To be honest, there's that and the UK, Europe, and the other European countries besides the UK, they're going to be getting it as well. So that's pretty awesome. I've been wanting to get one of these shirts for like the longest fucking time. The only small little issue that I have, I don't know, because not trying to make fun of people that are anorexic or bulimic, or people like myself that are very overweight. Not morbidly obese, because that's not what I am. I'm not morbidly obese, because I probably be like almost 300-400 pounds. but I'm 287, so I'm a big person. If you see my videos when I do chat and breeze, you know I'm a very huge ass fucking round tooth, rotund person. But it is what it is. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I really hope to God they put them in not just small, medium, and large, because I know in Japan, a lot of people over there, especially Japanese and Asian people, they're really, really skinny as fuck out there. There's not that many of them that are fat unless they're a sumo wrestler or if they're, I don't know, maybe a boxer. Maybe they're a little bit over the large part. They're probably extra large or double XL like me. Me, I'm in the XL area. So if they can make this maybe in the extra large for their shirts, that would be really cool. I would really, really appreciate that, Japan, because you know, over here in the United States, unfortunately, we are the fattest fucking country in the world, and obviously I'm a stereotype to that, unfortunately, but if I wasn't, it was what it was. Anyways, I didn't really care about the Pokemon Quest shit, so I'm just gonna talk about this shit over here. It says, mainline Pokemon games have simplified Chinese languages options since 2016 Sun and Moon, but Quest will be the first Pokemon to cover an official Chinese release in China while it launches later this year. A spokesman for NetEase said that more than 1.7 million Chinese players have already pre-registered to play Quest upon its release. As it seems though there are already an audience ready to play it. This one really struck my interest here. The Pokemon Home. I thought this was like Pokemon Bank, but it's even bigger than Pokemon Bank. Ishihara turned the floor over to Junichi Masuda for the next announcement. I'm surprised Shigeru Omari wasn't there, but Masuda was. And that's what it is. Let's keep moving. Masuda has been with the Pokemon Company since the very beginning. Yet his segment of the conference was focused on the future of Pokemon, particularly the care and storage of the digital creatures. Masuda noted that in the Pokemon Go series, which includes Pokemon Go and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go series, Eevee, there we go, has introduced many people to the world of Pokemon for the first time. However, Pokemon's dedicated fans who have been playing the mainline games for over 20 years, me included, of course, because I'm old as shit in my 30s, but I don't care, transferring their favorite creatures towards their generations. In an effort to bring both types of players together, Masuda announced that a new service called Pokemon Home. This will be a cloud-based storage solution compatibility with every Pokemon title, which allows Pokemon to transfer creatures including Sword and Shield, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and all the 3DS titles including Pokemon Bank application. Masuda also called the services I completely lost my area. What the fuck was I at? Oh, there it is. A place to where all the Pokemon can gather. And it seems although Home is the Pokemon Company's attempt to future-proof the next generation. Since Home isn't tied to a specific console, it has been a bit more flexible than previous storages. Several features were mentioned, including the ability to trade Pokemon locally or globally via the mobile app version. If the arrows in the above diagram are any indication, however, some Pokemon games will offer a one-way trip home. Creatures and for Sword and Shield will be able to transfer back and forth freely, but the Let's Go, Bank, and Go games don't appear to allow the visitors to visit Home. Home is scheduled to release early 2020, meaning that it won't be possible to transfer creatures from previous games into Sword and Shield for at least a few months after they debut. It's currently unknown whether Home will have separate costs associated with it, or whether it will require Nintendo Online subscription to use. Currently, Pokemon Bank is on 3DS for $5 per year to access. $5 per year? I thought it was $5 a month. Guess not. Nope, it's no joke. Pokemon Go has enormously successful gamifying the act of walking and exploring for millions of players around the world. In an effort to build upon that success, the Pokemon Company has new applications called Pokemon Sleep, which will attempt to turn sleeping into entertainment. Sleeping is being developed with select button. The company has previously been mobile titled to Mobile Magic Card Jump. It will tie with Pokemon Go, and select buttons will be working closer to Nintendo's Pokemon Go and Niantic. And it pretty much goes on and on. There's a Pokemon Go Plus little device. That's pretty cool. And then the whole Snorlax thing. I was going to talk about that, but I decided not to. So yeah, the Pokemon Go Plus thing, that looks kick-ass as fuck. Plus. So I really, really want to try to get my hands on that thing, because they're probably like $300-$400 on eBay now. But it's really all I got to say. I can't do an outro because I only get 15 minutes on this fucking thing. That's all I gotta say for now. I really want to get this Go-Go Plus Plus. And Pokemon shirts, I'm telling you, Nintendo Game Freaking Pokemon Company, I want one of those in extra large. Please happen.